Welcome to the episode of Jay Leno's Garage. Today we're going to talk about high-performance wheels. You know, something we like to do on this website is help small companies kind of get the word out about their products, especially if the company is made in America. This is a company called HRE Wheels. They've been around since 1978 out of San Diego. About 45, 50 people in the company, something like that. Let's meet the president. Alan, come on in. Alan Peltier?
Yep.
Is that
Alan Peltier.
Alan Peltier. Okay, very cool. I've heard of your wheels. I've seen them on a few cars. Tell me about the company, about the product.
Yeah. So we're a custom wheel manufacturer down in San Diego. We do all of the engineering there, the design, the CNC machining.
Right.
In the case of three-piece wheels, we're going to do the assembly and the finish. And what's unusual about us is it's build order. So if you have a set of wheels for your Lamborghini or something like that, you give us a call. We're going to spec out what style you want, what finish you want, what offsets and what widths and diameters and everything.
Right.
And then we're going to manufacture that set of wheels specifically for you to your taste.
Now, how do you, you know, when you have a high-performance car, as you mentioned, like a Lamborghini or McLaren or something, the manufacturer obviously has tested that wheel to the 200-mile-an-hour top speed. But how does one know that your product is up to that standard?
Yeah. A lot of people, you know, what we call sort of draw and cut. We don't do that. So we're going to design it. We do a lot of engineering there, so we do all of our finite element analysis there in-house. I'm actually come from the aerospace industry. That was my specialty before I joined HRE. And so I'm a mechanical engineer, so we do a lot of that engineering. And then when we're all done, what we're going to do, in order for us to sell our wheels in Germany and in other countries in Europe, we have to get them TUV certified, and that's a structural, those are fatigue tests.
And what did you call that? What was it? What's
TUV.
TUV, okay. That's the government standard.
Exactly, in Europe. Right. And so the United States, that's not required in the United States, but in Europe it is required. And so what we're going to do is we're going to design all of our wheels to that standard, and then we're going to take the ones that we know that we need to sell in Europe, and we're going to make sure they're tested there, and we'll probably just test the other ones here in the United States.
Okay, so for a wheel to be sold in Germany, you can't just advertise and...
No.
If someone bought a wheel in America and put it on a car in Germany,
they're not going to be able to get their registration.
They couldn't get their registration unless you have a certification for that product. Okay.
And that's actually really important too, because anybody can make a really strong wheel, but we're a performance wheel company. So for us, we need to make sure not only is it strong, but it's also lightweight, because it's going to hurt the performance, right? So, and on the flip side, anybody can make a lightweight wheel. And so, you know, I can make every wheel weigh 15 pounds, but guess what? It's not going to be able to hold up a McLaren. Right. Because of the performance levels and so on. So we have to balance that desire to have a very, very low mass and low rotational inertia with the strength and the fatigue life and everything. Okay.
Now this BMW here, this understated BMW, the cops would never notice. You know, I feel like giving it a ticket just sitting right here. I mean, this looks like it's got trouble written all over it.
Is this one of it's pretty extreme. So this is one of our dealers. This is LT Motorworks. Okay. It's got a...
That is a big tire.
Yeah. It's pretty extreme.
Now you brought some samples of your product here, correct?
Yeah, I think what we did is we brought a bunch, because what we want to show is
okay, this looks like a Lazy Susan. This doesn't even look like it. This looks like something you...
And this is not our typical product. So this is a luxury wheel. So we carry everything from pure motorsports products to street performance, which is a wheel like this, or all the way up to something, if you've got a Phantom or if you've got a Range Rover, then you're going to be looking at something that's a little more extreme size-wise. Right. But the mass is obviously much bigger because it has to be much stronger. This wheel weighs about 35 pounds, which is a lot for a performance wheel, but the factory wheel is probably closer to 50 pounds. So we're saving significantly.
So you do aluminum wheels, obviously.
They're all aluminum right now, but we have a special one that we brought here that has a carbon fiber barrel. And then this here this is a more motorsport wheel. So this is one of our competition series. It's got titanium fasteners to reduce that rotational inertia. And this is a three-piece wheel as well. So you're going to get a lot of variability in the fitment. Okay. This one is actually a cast wheel that we make. Most of our products are $6,000 to $10,000, $12,000 for a set of four. This product retails for around $3,000. Okay. So, and this is an S1. This one is about 10 grand. Forged three-piece again.
Now,
one of our best sellers.
Do I come to you with a design I like and you make it to that design, or do you have a specific?
So we have a bunch of designs that you can pick from.
I see. And
then we'll make one of those designs to the specification for the vehicle. If you want a specific design, we can do that, but obviously the price is it's about $50,000. This is actually kind of neat. This is one of our vintage wheels. So back in the 80s when we were all falling in love with cars, and you know, we wanted to make something that took us back to that period of time, and we put them on, honestly, we put them on newer BMWs and Porsches now.
So you're solid through here.
Yeah. Okay. But this is now not a cast design, this is a forged design, so it's done with all of our current engineering standards.
And this is your elite wheel, so to speak?
Yeah, so this one's going to retail for 20 grand. to start.
20 grand
for 4.
For 4, okay.
For 4. So this is a forged center, which gives us all the flexibility on the vehicle fitments.
And it's a carbon
And this
fiber?
is a full carbon barrel. Yeah.
Wow, and how much is this? Wow.
So, yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's,
And
I've eaten pizzas that weigh more than this.
I probably have too.
Wow, that's pretty light.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Europe right now, what they're working on is developing the engineering standards for TUV for carbon. And so we've been coordinating with them to make sure that the barrel that we're creating is going to fit with those standards. This is actually an RTM product.
Okay.
So RTM is you take basically dry fiber,
Right.
and then you put it in a closed mold die, and then you're injecting the resin into it. This piece over here is the raw bar stock.
This is the Flintstone wheel. Exactly. This is your earliest. This goes back to bedrock. Okay, that's the Flintstone wheel.
Right. And so this is the raw bar stock.
Right.
This is what's called the forging.
Right.
And so this is actually not done by us in-house, but it's done by our supplier down in Orange County called Aluminum Precision. And they supply primarily Boeing. And so they've taken this piece and they're forging it into this piece, which means a lot of heat and a lot of pressure. And then they're going to take it and they're going to flow form the barrel out. So they're going to spin the barrel out, kind of like a potter's wheel, like you're molding clay, except in this case, it's aluminum. What that does is, in both steps, it's changing the crystalline structure of the aluminum, and it's refining it, and that's going to make the forging much stronger than a normal cast aluminum wheel.
Okay.
And so in this point, this is where we're turning it. So we're going to lathe it. So this is where it starts getting really precise. And then here, we're going to take it and we're going to mill it. And that's where the design starts to come in. And then at this point, we'll take it and we'll powder coat it.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So we have about 30 standard finishes that we can do.
Cool. How many different designs do you have?
Oh, gosh, we probably have 60 different designs.
Wow.
And so,
okay.
And really any car from, actually we were just being asked, we've done a Prius all the way up to obviously like Aventadors and Carrera GTs.
Why would you do
a
Prius?
and we've only done one.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get that one, but very nice. Well, this car, this is a beautiful piece here, nicely made. Let me ask you something about this whole certification thing, because that's the scary part to me. I have a lot of high performance vehicles, and I tend to go, it's not from the factory, it's a little scary.
Yeah.
Does somebody certify your manufacturing process?
So before, when we're talking about TUV, so if we want to send wheels to Europe and have them tested, that's that particular style for that particular vehicle. But what's really important is we actually have our facility audited. So the Europeans come out every 3 years and they're going to audit our manufacturing process to make sure that they certify our facility and our quality control process to make sure that really we're not sending them a ringer when we send one out for test. They want to know that every wheel is consistent. And I don't really know of other wheel manufacturers in the United States that have that. So it is something you need to be cautious.
Is that a surprise test, or they go, we'll be there next Thursday?
No. No, honestly, the amount of work that's required to get that certification is so onerous that it wouldn't matter. If they surprised us, we have all the things in place. So.
Yeah, that's the scariest part. It's just knowing you have something that's been
well,
essentially DOT'd, for the lack of a better word here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of machine shops and there's a lot of people who know how to make things, but wheels are a structural component of the car, and so there's a lot of safety that's required. And so it's not just, you can't just design it and machine it. You have to do a lot of engineering on it to make sure that it's proper. And so that's one of the things that I think that sets us apart.
And you guys, again, a small company, and it's all made here in America, and very impressive. And if people want to contact you, what's the website?
It's HREWheels.com.
There you go. Check it out. Alan, thank you.
Thank you.